Netflix didn't just drop a show this year, it dropped a slow-burning grenade. His and Hers arrived quietly, then detonated. What starts as a fractured marriage spirals into a murder mystery, then morphs into something far darker. A story about guilt, memory, and the lie everyone agreed to live with for 20 years. Jon Bernthal and Tessa Thompson play a couple already broken by the worst thing imaginable, the loss of their daughter. They're strangers to each other now, bound only by grief. But when a string of murders shakes their hometown of Delana, their paths collide again. And so does a past that never stayed buried. From the very first episode, the show plants a seed. One repeated line of dialogue. One quiet echo that opens every chapter. At first, it feels like atmosphere. By the finale, you realize it was a confession. One that leads directly to the final letter, and one of the boldest twists Netflix has pulled in years. So today, I want to break it all down. What the show is really about. Who the killer actually is. Why the ending changes everything. And whether His and Hers is worth your time. Let's get into it. Who is the killer, and what's the real twist? For most of the series, the answer feels obvious. The girls from St. Hilary's are being murdered one by one, and all signs point to Catherine, the quiet student who was relentlessly bullied by that same group. Revenge makes sense. Motive is clear. The show wants you to believe you've solved it. And then there's the Sweet 16 party. Anna's birthday in the woods is mentioned again and again. Like an open wound the town refuses to look at directly. Something terrible happened there. Everyone knows it, no one says it. As the finale approaches, the truth finally starts to surface. Rachel had secretly taken photos in Anna's bedroom and sent them to a group of boys. Those boys decided who they would target that night. For years, the story was that Catherine was the victim, and that the girls did nothing but watch. But that wasn't the truth. 20 years later, Anna is gone. Her child has died of crib death. Her marriage has collapsed, and her mother, Alice, is left alone with guilt she can't survive. Blaming herself for being on watch the night the baby died, Alice becomes consumed by the belief that she stole her daughter's happiness. So she does the only thing that brings relief. She rewinds time. Literally. She watches old videotapes of Anna over and over, clinging to the version of her daughter that still feels alive, until she reaches one tape, an unmarked one, Anna's 16th birthday. That's when everything breaks open, because it turns out Anna didn't stand by that night. She stepped in. She protected Catherine. And when she did, the boys turned on her instead, as while everyone else stayed frozen in place. Catherine escaped, Anna paid the price, and the town agreed to forget. Alice didn't forget. That tape ignites something in her. Not confusion, not madness, but clarity. Rage sharpened by memory. She finally understands who enabled what happened, who sang along, who smiled and stayed silent, which makes the scene of Zoe, Rachel, and Alice singing Happy Birthday one of the most disturbing moments in the series. It isn't nostalgia. It's judgment, because Alice isn't losing her mind at all. Her memory is better than everyone else's. She knows Lexy is Catherine. She recognizes the new name, the new body, the attempted erasure, and she knows exactly who deserves to pay. Alice wasn't confused, she wasn't lost, and she definitely wasn't harmless. Alice set out with one clear target, Rachel. When she's later found wandering naked through the woods, it isn't a breakdown, it's strategy. No clothes means no fibers, no blood, no evidence, and a performance convincing enough that everyone does exactly what she needs them to do. Underestimate her. Earlier in the season, Priya makes an offhand comment to Anna. How older people deserve respect, how they shouldn't be forgotten. The irony is brutal, because it's that very neglect, the way Alice fades into the background, that allows her plan to work perfectly. Alice isn't just killing out of rage. Every death has a purpose. Rachel is killed to pull Anna back home. Helen is killed to trap her there. Zoe is killed to rebuild the family Alice believes was stolen. And in the end, Alice gets exactly what she wanted. The letter Anna reads in the final moments isn't new information. It's been whispering to us since episode 1. Those repeated lines at the start of every episode weren't thematic fluff. They were fragments of a confession. When the full letter is finally revealed, the show snaps into focus. This was never a whodunit. It was a story about a mother's love, and how terrifying it can become when it curdles into obsession. Alice wants Anna to understand the weight of that love, especially now as Anna stands on the edge of motherhood herself. That's why Anna's final expression matters so much. A tear, yes, but also a smile. Not approval exactly, but understanding. Alice did what Anna never could. She took revenge on a world that stood by and did nothing. Anna was never one of the privileged girls. She was collateral damage, and Alice made sure the town paid for that. Meanwhile, Lexy and Richard are red herrings in the purest sense. They don't actually know what's happening. They're simply positioned to take the fall. Alice carefully shifts suspicion their way, knowing exactly how the narrative will land. Lexy is dangerous. We know this. Her past proves it, but that doesn't make her responsible for the present. Even the idea that Lexy and Richard might have planned to kill Anna comes second to the truth. Alice is always one step ahead. She cancels rooms, she moves pieces, she watches from the shadows. If Priya hadn't killed Lexy, Alice would have found a way to make it happen anyway, which makes Priya's final moment so devastating. When she stands over Lexy's body, it mirrors Jack's line from the very first episode. Ever seen a dead body before? Back then, Priya said yes, but this is different. This time, she's not a witness, she's the cause. At its core, his and hers is about love. But it's also about loss, and how loss doesn't fade, it mutates. The death of a child doesn't just fracture a relationship, it creates a gravity well. Jack and Anna are still bound together, not by affection, but by a pain that never healed. They grieve differently, but they grieve endlessly, and it's haunting. Then there's the opening monologue, the thesis of the entire show. There are always two sides, his and hers, mine and yours, ours and theirs, which means someone is lying. By the end, we know who that is. Lexy is blamed, Alice walks free, and Anna carries the truth forward into her new life. A life built on a secret she can never share. Her mother killed her husband's sister, and silence is the price of moving on. One line from the letter cuts deeper than all the rest. We humans are capable of incredible cruelty, but the most dangerous thing we do is lie, especially to ourselves. The show also quietly interrogates ambition versus responsibility. Anna wants her career back. She needs it. It defines her. But her mother is slipping, or so she believes, and Anna never fully commits to being present. The show never tells us what the right choice is. Instead, it holds up a mirror and asks what we would sacrifice. So, was his and hers worth it? Absolutely. From the opening scene, Rachel dying alone in her car, the tone is set, dark, heavy, unforgiving. The split perspective between Anna in the press and Jack in the police force keeps the story dynamic, slowly pulling them back toward each other in a way that feels earned. Zoe's death hurts, until the truth reframes everything. Sympathy drains away, replaced by a sick realization of complicity. Jon Bernthal is exactly what you want him to be. Familiar, yes, but effective. His toughness is balanced by real tenderness, especially toward Meg. He's not just being kind, he's parenting through grief, giving her the love he never got to give his own child. And the moment Jack and Anna finally face each other in episode 4, devastating. Two people, two versions of grief, one wound that never closed. Tessa Thompson and Jon Bernthal absolutely deliver. Both performances carry the emotional weight this story demands, and neither ever feels like they're overplaying it. You believe the exhaustion, you feel the grief, and you buy the history between them, even when they barely share a scene. The one creative choice that didn't fully land for me was Anna breaking the fourth wall in the car. It felt intentional, like it was setting up a reveal or a secret plan, but it never paid off in a meaningful way. In hindsight, it doesn't hurt the show, but it does feel slightly out of place. What does work incredibly well is the fact that his and hers knows exactly what it is. This is a true limited series, 6 tight episodes, no padding, no dangling threads. You step into this world, experience it fully, and then you leave. And honestly, that's refreshing. I don't see a need for a second season, even if Netflix decides the numbers justify one. The story is complete. The arc is closed. Trying to stretch it further would only dilute what makes it effective. Sometimes the smartest move is to walk away. Visually, the show looks great. The color palette stays muted and heavy, giving everything a grim, grounded feel that matches the subject matter. There's a constant grit to the framing that reminds you this isn't a glossy mystery, and there's rot under the surface. And while Bernthal is predictably strong, Tessa Thompson matches him beat for beat. Anna is brittle and guarded, but also sharp and driven. You can feel the internal war between her ambition, her grief, and the whole Charlotte's death left behind. That tension defines her, and Thompson sells every second of it. So, is his and hers worth watching? Absolutely. It's a short, dense series that keeps you guessing, anchors its mystery in real emotional stakes and never wastes your time. The performances are solid, the setting feels lived in, and the story actually ends, which already puts it ahead of a lot of modern TV. If you've got a cold, rainy weekend ahead of you, this is the perfect binge. 6 episodes, in and out, and you'll probably be thinking about it long after the credits roll, so there you go. His and Hers, reviewed and fully explained. If you want more breakdowns like this, check out the playlist linked below. Let me know what you thought of the show in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.